What's going on, DBS fam? Figs here with Team FOE. Just got done finishing in the Gen Con, third or fourth day event, Sunday. I played Vegito, ended up getting top 8, placing 6th after losing to a teammate also playing Vegito. Deck was awesome. I mean, of course, it's blue, so I was definitely loving playing the deck. It's very fun, had a lot of great matches with a lot of different people. Tournament was ran very well organized, and I had a blast for sure. I'm not a big fan of the untapped too much, so I was kind of skeptical at first. I played on Saturday. I ended up getting, I think, 3 or 4 games in, lost to Marcel, and decided to drop to go play locally. But so it wasn't too bad. I was playing Evoker that day, but today I wanted to play something different, so I ended up playing Vegito. And it did really well, so I wanted to go over the deck with you guys. So let's go ahead here and take. Alrighty, this is the deck here. This is what I played here for Sunday. It was a very fun deck, very good. A lot of good cards, of course. I mean, it's pretty much good blue stuff. Some of the best cards, some good yellow cards as well. And go over a couple of choices because some cards are in here for particular reasons. Other cards are not. Most of you guys may be aware, but let's go ahead and go over it. So I got here my Vegito leader. Vegito, if no one knows, he awakens very early. He's a attack anything, draw one, and then of course his awaken skill, or he has another auto that if a battle card that's blue or unison is removed from the battle area, you're able to awaken, draw 2 cards, and get to your backside. So you get on the backside pretty early due to a couple 1-drops that we play, or if your opponent's very aggro and you play a unison early, then you're able to awaken. But the draw 2 is very nice. His normal awaken is just a 4 life, draw 1, untap 1. So the draw 2 is definitely nice because you're playing blue, so everything untaps anyways. So you generally want the draw. But leader is very solid. I've been playing this leader since it got announced. I was playing more of a mono blue mid-range build, and then of course this yellow one popped up, and they're just really good cards. So let's start off with Goku Hit. Goku Hit's a 4-drop, comes in for 1 blue arrival. Once per turn, activate battle, you're able to restand him. It's a very solid card, very good for defense, very good for aggro as well. Let me just see if I can get this focused a little better here. Maybe that's the best we're going to get here. But he's a very good card. He's able to restand. You're able to attack multiple times a turn. You're able to block multiple times a turn. And he's 19k. So he's very solid. Generally, your opponent is going to have to commit a card or 2 to him in order to deal with getting him off the board, which is nice. Because then if they do, you get an advantage. You're able to draw and untap an energy. So very solid card. Very good for aggro. Very good for defense. Zamasu Super Combo. Very good for defense. I never really wanted to see any other super combo. I don't play enough yellow battle cards in here to not play 4 just for the Goku Hit. I do play the 4 yellow apes, but there generally isn't any other yellow card that I would play in here to supplement having the cost for arrival to end up bringing in the Goku Hit. So Zamasu definitely does it. He taps on a battle card. He taps on a leader. He stops aggro. He stops you from getting pressured too hard. Also, he's able to rest down your opponent's blocker, so if you are playing against the Goku Hit, you can swing, they block, they attempt to restand, and if they don't block on a different attack, then you're able to put it back down, so you're able to avoid the blocker. So very, very good card. I mean, it gets around a lot of things that you don't generally want to deal with on the board, or very good aggro, so very good. One of the best cards in the deck is Trunks, and you'll hear me say that one of the best cards in the deck because there's a lot of good cards in here, but this Trunks is insane. It's a counterplay that works with the Zeno Unison. When your opponent plays a battle card, you're able to counterplay this. It returns the card back to the hand. It stops it from being played. If it doesn't stop from being played, it actually comes into play. So it has a lot of uses. It's very good. I mean, it stops SCRs. It stops everything. It has no restriction on what it can bounce, obviously, other than things that have deflect. So it definitely puts in the work. It's a very strong and very solid card. It's definitely a 4 of no matter what. So it's very good. 4 apes, again, another very good card. Very good mana sink. Allows you to be able to just get rid of some of your energy to draw 2 cards. It gives you hand advantage. It's good against hand control. It's good if you're pushing for game and need additional combo power. It's very good. I mean, there's very many times where I used it just because I had nothing else to do. I wanted to see more cards, or I was trying to set up. So it's very good. If you don't know, pay 2 energy, draw 2 cards. Very solid card. While it's in your drop area, you banish it. But very solid card, very solid. I went with Unbreakable Super Saiyan Son Goku. I did like this card a lot today. It did a lot of work. Being able to combo 10k and draw a card meant that my Unisons were able to get bigger and bigger. Um, because playing the extra card, the Ultra Instinct Goku's Kamehameha, that only works for battle cards or leader. So I wasn't really able to take advantage of it with my Unison. I was looking to kill more with my Unison than anything else. So I wanted to have that additional combo power. Plus you untap a lot of energy during your opponent's turn. So being able to have this and being able to combo it to draw a card was really nice. But other than that, it's pretty much what it was just meant for. It was meant to just combo, draw a card, good defense. There's not very many games where my opponent could knock me down from 8 life on turn 2 or 3 because, if I blocked with a blocker, I was able to untap energy and get a combo 10k in. So it was definitely nice. It definitely did its job. I played 3 of the Gotenks Unison, another MVP in the deck. I won quite a few games with this card. It gets on the board. It has dual attack. Most people aren't able to stop both attacks, so you're just about guaranteed or able to, get this attack in, and your opponent not be able to do anything about it, which was really nice. I definitely put in that sort of work with this card. It was just really good. Sorry, just trying to focus this here. I'm not sure if I'm just keep getting out of focus or what's going on there, but so I apologize for the quality there. But yeah, it was just really good. So you play it for 4. It has a 4 specified cost. You neg 2, draw 2 cards, neg 3, and get rid of 2 battle cards to the bottom of your opponent's deck, ignoring barrier. This came up in the Evoker matchup. It comes up in any matchup where you need to just draw 2 cards and go in for game. So you pay 4, draw 2, dual attack, and then the leader, of course, gives it triple strike. Being able to pay 2 energy on the back on this leader. You give a Unison triple strike. It's not once per turn. That's why this leader is very strong. Zeno can close out games. Gotenks can close out games. So it's very, very important to note. So it's very strong. So definitely put in a lot of work for me. I like this card a lot. I would not change it. It just does too much. It does too many things for the amount of energy that it costs. You usually don't mind going down to 1 because right now there isn't very many cards that would take markers off a battle card during active battle, other than the one that we got for blue. Otherwise, it's a very solid card. For Zeno, again, another MVP of the deck. Literally lets you ramp, sets up your energy, gets you early aboonies. Helps you actually set up your drop as well for sparking or for overwhelms. Very good card. You pay it for 2. It's got a 2 specified cost. You're able to add 2 markers, which is very important, to ramp a card, and then you can't ramp again for the rest of the turn. Or you can neg 5 and board wipe your opponent. So that's another important card, especially against the Evoker matchup. They set up their field card turn 1. They set up their Vegito turn 3. Then you're looking to -5 their entire board. That way they lose their field card and they also lose their Vegeta. And this is something that you can easily do by turn 3 for sure. So Zeno is definitely very good. Then I got here the 1-drop blocker. Very good. He's a blocker. His auto allows him to be able to restand an energy when he's KO'd. So he's very good. Especially since like turn 1 we want to be able to block, draw 2 cards, and untap energy when the time comes. So he's very solid, very good card. Just another one of those blockers for the early awakening. We got a Booney here. 4, of course. Card is insane. I'm assuming it's going to get hit in some way or banned. I would expect it to. Card is just too good. 4 energy, 4 bodies, untapping energy. It's just good. The Trunks is obviously one of the main plays that usually stops it when you're playing the deck or playing against it. But generally, it's just an overall solid card. Very solid card. It does have deflect. Its permanent stops it from being KO'd, which is very nice as well. So it's very just a solid card overall. And then, of course, like I said, you get to untap an energy with the activate main if your opponent reveals a battle card off the top of their deck, which is very nice. This 1-drop blocker I went with, Jakol. He's very good. He just gains revenge if you reveal the top card of your opponent's deck. I don't mind this one. I don't think there's really any other ones that you can play or that are relevant, that have relevant effects. But the fact that you get to actually get knowledge, like if you see this turn 1 over this, you get to get knowledge to see what kind of deck your opponent's playing, which is relevant. You also get to see like if your opponent's playing something in particular early game to set something up. It's again situational, but it's still relevant in a sense. But it's just another one drop blocker. I played 3 of the trunks. I was gonna play 4, but I decided to play 3 because aggro seemed to start falling off, and the only aggro decks that seem to have been doing really really good were like Go Tanks, which can get aggro depending on what it draws, Green Gohan, and some of the decks that just it really didn't affect 100%. So I wanted to have this card in case I played against something very aggro, because of course with it being a best of one, it gets very difficult in being able to make sure that you have all the cards in your main deck to kind of deal with your opponent's deck. So I did go with a 51 card list because I had to play an additional card for the deck. But 3 trunks was perfect. It's permanent. If you have a unison on the board, it costs 1. It gets reduced by 2. When it comes into play, your opponent, when they attack with battle cards that have a higher energy cost than their current energy, they have to take 2 cards and put it at the bottom of their deck. So it's basically topo, but they don't discard. It goes to the bottom of the deck, and then of course it pretty much just stops your opponent from attacking with big guys. So definitely very relevant, especially in matchups where your opponent, you know your opponent's going to drop a bomb. You just want to negate the first attack, and then of course they have to start getting rid of cards that do anything. All too easy, a 1 cost negate. We wanted this because of the evoker matchup. If we hit it off the energy and it went to the drop, it was perfect. It was an out to the SCR. It's a very good card. The other effect is completely irrelevant. You normally don't want to bounce one of your opponent's 1-drops unless they're pushing for game with one of the aggro decks, but otherwise it's just a regular negate. 2, secret identity mass sand. I don't even know its name. I just know it's a very good overwhelm. It's an overwhelm 6. When it comes into play, you're able to choose up to 6 battle cards on your opponent's side of the field that equal up to a cost of, or you get to choose battle cards on your opponent's side of the field equal to a cost of 6. That does include battle cards due to the way that it's worded particularly. Includes, token battle cards. So you're able to wipe out in a boony, including the tokens with this card. I played this because I wanted to have additional board control. I felt like in the mirror or against Zamasu, if you let your opponent flood too much, it could become a problem. Bean generally does stop the whole boony tokens and aggression. But this is nice because you get, not only do you get rid of additional cards, but if your opponent has something other than a boony on the board that is 2 or less, then you're able to remove that, a boony, and all the tokens. So I board wiped several times with this deck. In combination with the Go Tanks, this, and this SCR, I was able to wipe out my opponent's board pretty well. Also, he's a 25k, so he's a good swinger. I went with the Go Tanks SCR, or I'm sorry, Vegito SCR. It was very situational. Most of the time when I did play this card, it actually won me the game, aside from the 1 game that I lost. But it's very good. It takes cards out of your opponent's hand. It untaps energy. It does really, really well. It's just strong. Having triple strike, being able to play it for 5 if all of your energy is the same color, that can mess you up a little bit because sometimes if you use Zeno on a later turn, you accidentally hit a red, you accidentally hit a yellow, or a multicolor. It stops you from being able to play this. I've had that happen to me once, but didn't cost me the game. It just changed the course of my play. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. But when you do pay 5, it comes into play. You draw 2, you untap 2 energy. Your opponent discards 2, and then you're able to have them remove 2 cards off their battlefield. So very relevant. It's a lot of resources that you're able to gain off of this. It's a good swing of pace. Very good card. Even if they stop it with Trunks or some other card that would stop it from coming into play, the rest of the effect resolves. So you would still get the untaps, the draws, and everything. He just wouldn't come into play. So it's not a complete waste. You paid 3 energy to do all that, so it's pretty solid. 4 D-Magic, best negate in the game, no explanation needed. Same with 4 Bean. If you don't know what D-Magic does, Sparking Negate, 5 cards and drop. You can use the negate, take a life, untap 2 energy. Same with Sensu Bean. You tap down an energy, untap 2 energy. So I went with Bean because I wanted to be able to pump him up on the dual attack for when I was going for game. Also, I'm playing a couple 10Ks that I wanted to be able to combo in the event I needed to set up. So like my pseudo super combos, of course the hits. A few times I had a combo a hit to play a hit because I didn't see a super combo. So things like that are definitely relevant. It's nice to have energy open. I still think that because the deck untaps a lot, the Bean is necessary for the aggro matchups. Because even though you have cards like this, once they start going even and their energy has a higher total and they start dropping multiple Aboonies, the Bean is the only way that you're going to be able to defend that off. So this was the deck I played. Hope you guys enjoyed the profile. Again, it was a very solid deck, very fun. There's definitely a few card changes that everyone has based on their build and preferences. So it's all based on pretty much your play style, so do as you will, but the deck is very fun. The deck is very strong, I will say. Zeno is just a really good card. Ramping is always good. So that's it. Appreciate you guys definitely for checking out the profile. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Let's go.